Ladies and gentlemen, strength is not always what we expect it to be. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room or dominating others through sheer force. True strength is a quiet, unshakable resolve that anchors you, no matter how turbulent the world around you becomes. The strongest among us have one thing in common: they own their lives. They don't waste time blaming circumstances, other people, or the universe for their struggles. Instead, they ask, what can I do to change this? Strength begins where excuses end. It takes immense courage to walk alone, to step away from the crowd and follow a path that feels right for you, even when no one else understands. Solitude isn't a weakness, it's a crucible where clarity, creativity, and authenticity are forged. Saying no can feel like a small rebellion, but it's one of the strongest acts of self-respect. You understand that your time, energy, and emotional space are finite, and you guard them wisely. This isn't selfishness, it's wisdom. The strongest people know that pain and struggle are not barriers to be avoided, but bridges to be crossed. Whether it's learning a new skill, overcoming a loss, or facing a fear, you understand that discomfort is the currency of growth. When faced with adversity, you don't crumble. Whether it's a difficult decision, a harsh critique, or an unforeseen crisis, you respond with grace and composure. Strength is staying calm when others are losing control. You don't compromise on your principles to fit in or gain approval. This can mean standing up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular. True strength is living in alignment with your values, regardless of external pressures. Strength is refusing to give up, even when the odds seem insurmountable. You may feel tired, discouraged, or even broken, but you continue to believe in the possibility of a better future. Hope is not naive, it's the fuel that sustains your strength. In a world that often rewards bravado and superficial displays of power, remember that true strength runs deeper. It's a quiet, resilient force that shapes your character and defines your legacy. So if you recognize yourself in these signs, take heart. You are far stronger than you know, and that strength is the foundation upon which you will build an extraordinary life. True strength is a quality often misunderstood. Many equate it with loud declarations, dramatic gestures, or imposing dominance over others. Yet genuine strength is far more subtle and profound. It resides in a quiet, steady presence, a poise that emanates from self-control, resilience, and the ability to face life's adversities with dignity and grace. At its core, strength is not about overpowering others or shouting over the noise, it's about mastering oneself. The person who remains calm in chaos, who can hold their emotions in check when everything around them seems to be spiraling out of control, embodies true power. This isn't a suppression of feelings, but rather a mastery of them, a conscious choice to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. It is the kind of strength that chooses silence when words might wound, or patience when frustration beckons. Such control requires a deep reservoir of inner fortitude. Resilience is another cornerstone of strength, and it too often operates in quiet ways. Life is unpredictable, throwing challenges, disappointments, and heartbreaks our way. While some crumble under the weight of adversity, others quietly pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and move forward. This doesn't mean they don't feel pain or doubt, it means they choose to persevere despite it. Their strength lies in their ability to adapt, to learn, and to grow from life's trials without allowing those trials to define or defeat them. Dignity is perhaps the most visible expression of this quiet strength. It is seen in the person who carries themselves with grace, even when facing criticism, failure, or loss. They do not need to shout their achievements or broadcast their struggles. Their actions and demeanor speak volumes on their behalf. Such dignity is not rooted in arrogance, but in a deep understanding of their own worth, a worth that doesn't depend on external validation. It is the quiet confidence of someone who knows who they are and refuses to let circumstances dictate their value. This kind of strength is often misunderstood because it doesn't demand attention, it doesn't seek applause or recognition, it isn't about being the loudest voice in the room or the most visible presence in a crowd. Instead, it is the steady anchor in a storm, the calm amidst chaos, the person who remains standing when others have fallen. And it is this quiet nature of true strength that makes it so powerful. It is unshakable because it doesn't rely on external factors, it is rooted entirely within. In a world that often celebrates loudness and bravado, this kind of strength may seem understated or even invisible. But it is precisely this quiet quality that allows it to endure. Loud strength can crumble when it is tested because it depends on outward displays to sustain itself. Quiet strength, on the other hand, grows stronger under pressure, drawing from its internal foundation. True strength is not about domination or showmanship. It is about resilience, self-control, and dignity. It is the quiet force that sustains individuals through life's challenges, enabling them to navigate difficulties with grace and emerge not just unbroken, but even stronger. Taking responsibility is one of the most empowering actions a person can take. It is the foundation upon which a strong, resilient life is built. The strongest individuals are those who embrace the reality that their lives are shaped by their choices, decisions, and actions. And they refuse to play the victim or blame others for their circumstances. Instead, they acknowledge their role in their experiences, good or bad, and take charge of creating the outcomes they desire. At its core, taking responsibility is about ownership. It means recognizing that while you may not control everything that happens to you, you always have control over how you respond. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable, but your power lies in your ability to choose your attitude and actions in the face of those challenges. The strongest individuals understand this distinction. They do not waste energy lamenting the unfairness of life or waiting for someone else to solve their problems. Instead, they ask, what can I do to move forward? When you take responsibility for your life, you shift from a mindset of helplessness to one of empowerment. Blaming others or external circumstances may feel comforting in the short term, as it absolves you of fault or effort. However, this mindset also strips you of your agency, leaving you at the mercy of forces beyond your control. In contrast, owning your role in your life, both the successes and the failures, gives you the ability to affect change. It allows you to see setbacks not as permanent defeats, but as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. This mindset is not about self-blame or unnecessary guilt. Taking responsibility does not mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It is about being honest with yourself, identifying where your choices or actions might have contributed to a situation and committing to doing better in the future. It is an act of courage to face your flaws, mistakes, and limitations without defensiveness or denial. And this honesty is not only liberating but also transformative. It allows you to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable with each experience. The refusal to play the victim is another hallmark of strong individuals. When you adopt a victim mentality, you give away your power. You become stuck in a narrative where life happens to you, and you have no control or agency. This mindset breeds resentment, frustration, and stagnation. Conversely, when you take responsibility, you reclaim your power. You recognize that while you may not have chosen your circumstances, you can always choose how to navigate them. This shift from victimhood to ownership is profoundly freeing. Owning your life also means embracing the consequences of your choices. It means acknowledging that your actions have ripple effects and being willing to accept the outcomes they produce. Strong individuals do not shy away from accountability, they welcome it. They understand that accountability is not a burden but a pathway to growth and improvement. By accepting responsibility for their actions, they build trust, credibility, and self-respect. Taking responsibility is not about perfection, it is about empowerment. It is about recognizing that you are the author of your story, capable of shaping your path and creating the life you envision. It is a commitment to living with intention, integrity, and courage. By refusing to play the victim and taking full ownership of your life, you unlock the strength to overcome challenges, embrace opportunities, and thrive. Standing alone is one of the most profound tests of character a person can face. It is a powerful declaration of independence and a demonstration of inner fortitude. While humans are inherently social creatures, there are moments in life when the path forward requires solitude, a willingness to walk alone, even when it feels uncomfortable or isolating. Those who possess the strength to stand alone exhibit a rare kind of courage and self-reliance that defines true character. To stand alone often means to make choices that align with your values and convictions, even when those choices are unpopular or misunderstood. It requires the ability to tune out external noise, criticism, and doubt and remain steadfast in your beliefs. This is no easy feat in a world that often prioritizes conformity and seeks validation through collective agreement. Yet the person who can chart their own course, despite the lack of external approval or companionship, demonstrates remarkable inner strength. Walking a lonely path can arise from various circumstances. Perhaps it is the decision to pursue a career, lifestyle, or dream that others deem unconventional. It may be the choice to leave a toxic relationship, even if it means being alone for a while. Or it could be standing firm in your principles when everyone around you is compromising theirs. Whatever the situation, standing alone is an act of bravery. It requires not only self-belief, but also the resilience to face doubt, loneliness, and fear without losing your sense of purpose. Independence is a key aspect of standing alone. True independence is not about rejecting others or isolating yourself. Rather, it is about cultivating a strong sense of self that is not overly reliant on external validation. People who stand alone do so because they trust their own judgment and inner compass. They are not swayed by the opinions of others because they have taken the time to reflect on their values and priorities. This self-awareness and confidence provide the foundation for their independence. Standing alone also nurtures personal growth. Solitude offers the opportunity for deep introspection, clarity, and self-discovery. It allows you to confront your fears, challenge your assumptions, and strengthen your resolve. In the absence of external distractions, you can focus on understanding who you are and what truly matters to you. This process of self-discovery is often uncomfortable, but it is also transformative. It builds the kind of resilience and self-assurance that cannot be shaken by life's challenges. Standing alone can inspire others. When people see someone willing to take a stand, even in isolation, it serves as a powerful reminder of the strength of individuality and the importance of integrity. Your courage to walk a lonely path can encourage others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of empowerment. Standing alone is not about rejecting connection or refusing help when needed. It is about knowing when to rely on yourself and when to seek support. It is the ability to navigate life with the understanding that you are capable of weathering storms on your own, yet open to collaboration and community when it aligns with your values and goals. The ability to stand alone reflects a profound sense of character. It reveals a person who is unafraid to live authentically, pursue their dreams, and uphold their principles, even when the journey feels isolating. This independence and inner fortitude form the backbone of true strength, allowing individuals to live with purpose, resilience, and unwavering self-respect. Growth often emerges from the moments we least desire, those filled with discomfort, uncertainty, and even pain. Personal strength is not born in comfort zones or in the safety of familiar routines. It is forged in the crucible of challenge, where we are pushed beyond our limits and required to confront the unknown. While these moments may feel overwhelming, they are the very experiences that shape our character, refine our abilities, and prepare us for greater opportunities ahead. Discomfort forces us to face truths about ourselves and our circumstances. It strips away illusions and compels us to confront our fears, weaknesses, and vulnerabilities. This process is neither easy nor pleasant, but it is necessary. Without discomfort, we might remain stagnant, unwilling to question our assumptions or challenge our limitations. Growth requires us to step into situations that demand more of us than we think we can give, forcing us to adapt, learn, and ultimately transform. Pain, too, plays a pivotal role in the process of growth. Emotional and physical pain remind us of our humanity and our capacity for resilience. Pain often signals that something within us or around us needs to change, whether it is a belief, a habit, or a relationship. In the midst of pain, it is tempting to retreat, avoid, or numb ourselves to the experience. However, those who embrace pain as a teacher find themselves emerging stronger and more self-aware on the other side. Each painful experience becomes a lesson, a stepping stone toward a more profound understanding of life and ourselves. The willingness to step into the unknown is another hallmark of growth through discomfort. The unknown is inherently uncomfortable because it defies our need for control and predictability. Yet it is within the unknown that we discover our true potential. When we take risks and venture into uncharted territory, we expand our horizons and uncover strengths we never knew we had. This willingness to face uncertainty is not about recklessness, it is about courage, the courage to trust that we are capable of navigating whatever challenges come our way. Growth through discomfort also teaches us humility and gratitude. When we are tested by life's trials, we come to appreciate the strength and resilience we develop along the way. We learn to value the small victories and the lessons gained from failure. These experiences remind us that growth is not linear, nor is it easy, but it is always worthwhile. Each challenge we face and overcome deepens our sense of purpose and enriches our understanding of what it means to live fully. The path of discomfort is not one we choose lightly, but it is one that leads to profound transformation. It demands perseverance, patience, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. It asks us to let go of old patterns and step boldly into new possibilities. While the journey may be fraught with difficulty, it is also filled with moments of revelation and triumph. Personal strength is the result of enduring and learning from life's discomforts. Each challenge faced, each pain endured, and each risk taken adds another layer to our resilience and our capacity for growth. These moments remind us that while discomfort is temporary, the growth it fosters lasts a lifetime. Through discomfort, we become not only stronger but also wiser, more compassionate, and more deeply connected to our own potential. Boundaries are a profound reflection of self-respect and personal strength. They are the invisible lines we draw to protect our time, energy, and emotional well-being. A strong person understands the importance of setting and maintaining boundaries, even when it is uncomfortable or met with resistance. This ability to say no, to prioritize one's own needs without guilt, and to stand firm in the face of pressure is a hallmark of true inner strength and self-respect. Establishing boundaries begins with self-awareness. It requires an honest assessment of what you need to feel safe, valued, and respected in your interactions and commitments. A strong person recognizes that they are responsible for their own well-being. They understand that saying yes to everything and everyone is not sustainable and often leads to exhaustion, resentment, and diminished self-worth. Instead, they take the time to identify their limits and honor them, knowing that doing so is an act of self-care, not selfishness. Saying no can be one of the most difficult aspects of setting boundaries. It often involves disappointing others or facing conflict, which can feel uncomfortable or even intimidating. However, a strong person is willing to endure this discomfort because they understand that their energy and resources are finite. They recognize that every yes to someone else is a no to themselves, if it comes at the expense of their own needs and priorities. Strength lies in the ability to say no with grace and confidence, without feeling the need to over-explain or apologize excessively. Boundaries are not just about what we refuse, they are also about what we allow and cultivate. A strong person uses boundaries to create an environment that supports their growth, happiness, and peace of mind. They surround themselves with people who respect their limits and contribute positively to their lives. Conversely, they distance themselves from toxic relationships, unhealthy dynamics, and draining commitments. This ability to curate their surroundings reflects a deep sense of self-worth and a commitment to living authentically. Maintaining boundaries often requires vigilance and courage. Even when boundaries are clearly communicated, others may test or challenge them. A strong person stands firm in the face of such challenges, refusing to compromise their values or priorities for the sake of pleasing others. They understand that it is not their responsibility to manage others' reactions to their boundaries. Instead, they focus on what they can control: their own actions, choices, and communication. Boundaries also teach others how to treat us. By setting and enforcing limits, a strong person sends a clear message about what they will and will not tolerate. This fosters mutual respect and clarity in relationships, paving the way for healthier, more balanced interactions. Over time, those who respect boundaries are drawn closer, while those who do not naturally fall away, leaving room for more meaningful connections. Boundaries are an expression of self-respect. They demonstrate a recognition of one's own value and a commitment to preserving it. A strong person understands that protecting their energy and well-being is not only essential for their own happiness, but also enables them to show up more fully for others. By setting and maintaining boundaries, they create a life that reflects their priorities, values, and worth, a life grounded in strength, authenticity, and self-respect. Strength is not simply a measure of physical endurance or the ability to withstand adversity. True strength is deeply rooted in values, the guiding principles that shape our decisions, actions, and sense of purpose. When a person lives in alignment with their core values, they create a solid moral foundation that enables them to navigate life's challenges with integrity and resilience. This alignment provides clarity and purpose, acting as an anchor in even the most turbulent storms. Values are the compass that guides our lives. They represent what we hold most important: honesty, compassion, justice, courage, or perseverance, to name a few. Living in alignment with these principles means making choices that reflect our deepest beliefs, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. A person who prioritizes their values over immediate gratification or external pressures demonstrates remarkable strength. They are not swayed by fleeting trends, societal expectations, or the opinions of others because they are firmly grounded in what truly matters to them. This alignment creates a sense of inner peace and self-respect. When our actions align with our values, we experience a sense of authenticity and coherence. There is no internal conflict between who we are and what we do. This harmony fosters self-trust, which is an essential component of strength. A person who trusts themselves, who knows they will act in accordance with their values, regardless of the circumstances, exudes confidence and dependability. Living by one's values is not always easy. In fact, it often requires immense courage and resilience. There will be moments when upholding your principles demands sacrifice, whether it is speaking out against injustice, choosing the harder but more ethical path, or standing firm in the face of opposition. These moments test your character and commitment to your values. Yet they also build your strength, reinforcing the foundation upon which your life is built. Every time you choose to honor your principles, you reaffirm your integrity and grow more resilient. Values also provide a source of stability in times of uncertainty or hardship. Life's storms can shake us to our core, leaving us questioning our purpose and direction. In these moments, our values serve as a steady guide. They remind us of what is most important and help us make decisions that align with our true selves. A person rooted in their values does not crumble under pressure, because they have a clear sense of who they are and what they stand for. Living in alignment with values inspires others. People are drawn to those who live authentically and with conviction. Such individuals serve as role models, demonstrating that it is possible to remain true to oneself, even in the face of adversity. Their strength becomes a beacon, encouraging others to reflect on their own values and live with greater purpose and integrity. Strength rooted in values is enduring. It is not dependent on external circumstances, fleeting successes, or the approval of others. Instead, it is a deep, unshakable inner strength that comes from knowing you are living in accordance with your highest principles. This alignment provides the moral foundation to weather any storm, enabling you to face life's challenges with dignity, courage, and an unwavering sense of purpose. In conclusion, true strength is not found in the superficial displays of power or fleeting moments of dominance. It is a profound, enduring quality shaped by values, resilience, and authenticity. Strength is the quiet confidence to set boundaries, the courage to grow through discomfort, the integrity to live by deeply held principles, and the wisdom to stand alone when necessary. It is rooted in taking responsibility for our lives, protecting our energy, and embracing the transformative challenges that life inevitably brings. When we embody these traits, we cultivate not only a strong character, but also a life of meaning and purpose. Strength is not about perfection or invincibility, it is about perseverance, self-respect, and the unwavering commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves. Thank you for your time and for reflecting on these truths. May this journey of cultivating inner strength inspire and empower you to face life with grace and resilience.